thank me later. It really is pretty incredible.
That's right. You know, it's funny you say that because I recall I was looking at the same antenna and you confirmed that's what you were using. But you know, I got digging around and all my stuff there in the garage. I've got a Tar Heel screwdriver antenna out there in the garage. It's good for 80 through 6. And I could remote control that thing, and that would make a nice quarter wave vertical there in the yard that I could tune for just about any band there for me. So I think that's probably would be the route I'd go.
Yeah, because all it is a listening antenna. You'll never broadcast on that antenna. And what it does, in fact, you almost want that antenna to be noisy, because when you hit the right spot on the radar diagram, it all goes away. You don't even have to go to NR2 to make it go away. Then when you go to NR2, literally, it is armchair conversation. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really interesting. You got me interested in that again. I think maybe I'll give that a try on a weekend there when I get back from vacation. And especially now that we've got all the rain coming and you know, it's going to be snap, crackle, pop here for the next couple months.
Yeah, copy that. Hey, and if I don't talk to you again, I know you're fixing to take off and get on the big bird and go, what is it, 16, 18 hours in the air. Have fun, man. Just enjoy your trip. And heck, man, if you're able to get on the air, if you can hook up with one of those local guys over there, try to hit us up, man.
You know, every year I keep saying I'm going to buy a license, and because that's all it takes is you just buy your way in over there and operate. But, you know, we end up, you know, traveling and doing so much stuff that, and my wife's not a fan of the radio anyway, so, you know, I don't want to screw up vacation for her as well. So I just keep putting it off. But one of these years, I mean, this is like our 8th trip. One of these times I've got to have to take a radio over there and work some of you guys back here in the States, let you get Vietnam.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. All right, dude. Well, have a good one, and JPC 12, $100. Temu or Amazon or whoever's got them. But I'm telling you, you put out the radials it comes with, put the thing together. You can rewrap with silver if you want to, or use that antenna you've already got. I mean, shoot, if you've got it, use it. And yeah, kick it up, next level, man.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Josh. All right, man, good talking with you, and we'll get back on the side here. Somebody else squeezed in there. So 84YAL, Jerry here in Clearwater.
Thanks, Jerry. Hey, I heard you in there, Kerry.
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah, man, you gotta love the Lux, don't you?
Yeah, I had a couple little hiccups with mine when I first got it. The guys on the back panel, on the I/O panel, they had left a couple of the little nuts that hold, and I think it's part of the ground circuit, but that hold the rear I/O board to the back of the radio. They were kind of loose, and so I tightened them up because I was actually hearing my voice through the amplifier, and I'm like, oh, that ain't good. And then when I picked it up to move it, I heard something rattle, and I'm like, oh, I gotta check this out. So I popped the top, I found a nut in the bottom, and it actually went to the I/O board, and I noticed that some of the other nuts weren't fully secure, so I tightened them up, and that was all it took. And I did feed that back to Kenny and Angel just so they have that, but yeah, I couldn't be happier with it. It's a great amp. I love it.
Wow, that's wild, man. Well, I bet you Kenny and Angel had a shit fit when you told them that.
Yeah, they did. Kenny asked for some pictures, and I sent him. And Angel, he opted out of the conversation altogether at that point. But I documented it for him, and you know, having been, you know, I'm quality engineer on the mechanical side, they were very interested in my input. And Kenny sent me this wonderful email. He said, John, this is completely unacceptable, and I am so sorry that this happened. Our quality control, he said, we will beat this up. We will put a redundant check in for this. Consider it countermeasured. And I told him, I said, look, I said, I'll keep this away from the KM3, KM forum. You guys don't have to worry about it. I said, I'm just glad I was able to find it and get it countermeasured. So everything else on the radio, beautiful as always. If you guys have ever seen, the inside of these amplifiers, they're just works of art. And so anyway, and then wouldn't you know it, a week after I got mine, they put them on sale. They got them for had them $200 off or whatever. So I just told Kenny, I said, hey, if you've got an RF sampler laying around that you're showing out of stock on, or something that's beat up, or a return or something like that, let me know.
That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I had an issue with my my ATS, my tuner, when I got it. I could not screw the coax all the way down on any of the SO239s. And it was weird because the Lux, no problem, every other radio, every other tuner, it's all the same. But I took some close-up pictures of, the threads, and the threads were like really coarse and sharp compared to the other ones that were kind of rounded and smooth. And I emailed them over to Kenny, and he says, he goes, I'm gonna email you a shipping label, send that back. So I sent it back, and they got it the next day. They replaced all the SO239s, and I had it the day after that, and it was no issue whatsoever. So, yeah, man, those guys are awesome down there. And I love my DX10 Lux setup, man. So, yeah, the DX10, great radio, as you know. The receive is killer, and, I'm doing 20 watts in and doing over 14 out on the Lux, so no complaints, man.
Yeah, copy that. I reported that issue, the oversized thread pitch, or the oversized threads. I reported that probably back in February when I went to hook up my ATS. I think I got mine in, no, actually it was earlier than that. I think I got the one from the October batch. And, I sent him an email. I sent Angel an email. I said, you guys are at the high side of nominal or possibly out of spec. I said, I'm using Messi and Poloni SO239s with my own RG400 cables, and I said, these threads just won't go on. And they said, thanks for reporting this. This is the first we've heard about it. And I said, I'm going to get a die, and I'm going to run, a standard nominal die on these threads, and I'll send you pictures. So that's what I did. I bought an 24-8 die, and I ran them on the threads, and I sent them a picture of all the shavings I got off those threads. So evidently it is an issue. Any other stock SO239s that I've had were fine, actually. Even some Amazon cables were fine, but the Messi and Poloni connectors just were too tight. They wouldn't seat fully. And I'm going to take Messi and Poloni over any SO239 supplier in terms of, just from an accuracy standpoint. And so, anyway, they've got it. I don't know what kind of connectors were you using, Kerry?
Well, all my coax I have is from MPD Digital, and it's LMR 400 is all for my antennas, and I use 213 jumpers just because they're more flexible. So it was everything that came on the MPD Digital, And like I said, no issues whatsoever. DX10, 991, the MFJ and the LDG tuners, the Lux, all the coax works fits on everything. It's just those SO239s they had on that ATS was no bueno, man.
yeah, and it's good they took care of you on that. I've got oversized ones on this new unit that I've got, and I still have the die. I'm probably going to have to repeat. So anyway, it is what it is. I could call them, I could send it back, but it honestly will only take me about 10 minutes to do that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. I mean, they're really, really good. I have no complaints. I've had the Mercury 3, the Lux, and the ATS, and this is the first time I ever had an issue with anything. And after a few emails, they send me an email with a telephone number. So I talked to Kenny directly, and he's like, yeah, no problem, man. He goes, send that back. We'll get it taken care of. Because I sent him the pictures of the Lux connectors and the ATS, and you could definitely see the difference, as you know. But anyway, yeah, it was all good, man. So within a couple of days, it was all fixed up, and no problem, because literally they're not that far from me. I mean, about 100 miles away.
Yeah, copy that. I might actually email them. I don't really want to change these connectors out, but you're exactly right. The threads appear, like when you go to start them, they'll start fine, but they quickly bottom out. So the taper and the pitch is wrong. Actually, the thread pitch is correct. The height of the thread is the offender. That's the only problem. So apparently they got into a batch of them that are no good, and I think a few people have actually had problems with them.
Yeah, man, but it's all good to go. So anyway, it all originally started out, man, the DX10 and the Mercury Lux, man. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it, man. So do you have the newer Lux? So you have the 2.0 firmware on there?
Yep, I've got the 2.0. I've got the 2.0 firmware, and I've got the updated LD MOS. So this is considered a anniversary model or a limited edition or whatever they're calling it. So, but yeah. So they're, 4,300 now. The $200 off they've got right now, they're 4,100. So basically landed with tax and shipping, you're right around 4,350, I think, with the coupon. But the value extends far beyond that. It's just a beautiful amp, inside and out. I love it.
Yeah, man, so I did the 2.0 firmware update on mine, too. And since you have the newer LD MOSs, so yeah, you're going to get a little bit more output power with lower drive. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, when I bought mine, it was 41. They had it advertised for 43, but since I was on the list, we had the $200 discount, so I paid 41 for mine.
Yeah, copy that. The LD MOS, actually the firmware, well, really the LD MOS, that was the iteration, that was the update, so that's why they went to it. Really doesn't do anything different. What they did do with the firmware, however, is for 160 meters, it only requires about half the drive as the old firmware required. So I don't do anything on 160. So it really doesn't matter. I've seen the data on the output, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool for those guys running 160. But the one thing I have noticed with this firmware is that the fan still comes on at the same time, or at the same temperature, I should say. But overall, the recovery rate, it seems quicker, and it runs cooler overall. That's what I can't get, running most of the time 40 meters, 20 meters, and 17 meters. That's what I'm most impressed with. right now I've got 12 watts in, 854 out, and I've got 6 watts reflected on a 1.1 SWR.
Oh, that's badass, man. Definitely. Yeah, I'll have to look at the recovery rate on the power on the heat there in the fan. So I just reduced mine to 12 watts, because I usually drive it with 20. So at 12 watts, I'm doing a little over 1,000 out right now, and so that's pretty cool. So if I crank it back up to 20 watts in, so I just went back up to 20, so I'm at 1429 out.
Yeah, copy that. I've got you 20 over. Let me crank mine up here a little bit.
I like mine. Those are some big signals.
All right, there is 1250. There's 1250. And that is 1372. 1372.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah, you're right on the zero with a plus 20, man. And, yeah, the signal got a little louder, so absolutely.
Yeah, I don't run them, but maybe 600-800 watts most of the time. There's just no reason to. But it sure is a lot of fun on 20 when you put 12 watts in and you got 1450 out. I mean, everybody hears you.
Yeah, I did that the other day. I flipped over to 20. I flipped to my vertical to do a DX station, man. And I left the 20 watts in, and it was doing like 1685. I'm like, oh, damn, I got to back that down a little bit there.
Copy. Yeah, Yannick over there in, where's he at, Russia? He's like that DX station everybody gets. I think everybody in the group's logged that guy like 20 times. I think Mark's got him like 40 times. But, yeah, that's the one thing he said. He does most of his work on 20, or a lot of his work on 20. And he said, I've got you 10 over here in Russia.
Oh, yeah, Yanez. Yes, Yanez, yes. Sierra 51 Delta X-ray. Yep, same thing, man.
Yeah, that's the guy.
With him.
Yeah, that's the guy. All right, I'm going to back out. Anyway, KVAD, John and Englewood. Good talking with Terry. Have a great evening.
All right, you too, brother. Have a good one. W4 CFH. November 4 November Bravo Octane at BYU. Hey, Frank, what's happening, man? Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Yanis. I talked to him probably a couple weeks ago. I was in the truck, and he gave me a 10 over on 20 from the truck. Yeah, I talked to him 2 nights ago, man. Yeah, I talked to him on Friday night. Hey, he's a nice guy. He'll answer anybody. He's really cool. Okay, I'll go ahead and let you guys chat. I just had to throw that in there. Can't I do I do? Hello, Mr. Frank, and hello, NBO. I think I heard you in there. 100 amp power supply in. I hooked it up to the ALS 500 and tested it today, man, and it works flawlessly. Oh, that's perfect. Really good news. Yeah, that was a much better solution than running a long battery cable, I can assure you. You know, if the battery's 6 feet away, you're not only running 6 feet, you're actually running 12 feet of cable plus the losses and the connectors. You know, so it adds up in a hurry. I think you made an excellent decision. Yeah, man. I talked on a little bit, so Okeechobee Tom and the guys were giving me a report. I went and tried it on 20 meters, and I talked to a guy in Italy. He gave me a 10 over 9 report, and I was driving it with 45 watts, which was probably close to 500 out, you know. So, and yeah, the cooling fan on the power supply never even kicked in. The fan on the amp kicked in a little bit, but yeah, it works flawlessly, man. So thanks for the recommendations there. Yeah, good move. I know Dave recommended the power supply to you, and that was excellent. After he started in on that, I just shut up on it again because that was the way to go. Yep, and they actually had it on Amazon, man. Amazon had that, and it was $189, and I got it overnight. Oh, geez, that's cheap. Good for you. No, good combination. And I heard Christian in there, too. Good evening, Christian. Hello, my doing well. I did the Mother's Day thing with Mom and a friend of hers. Made two moms very, very happy. Went down to J. Alexander's and had some nice lunch and a bottle of wine. And I'm back in the shack for the saying stupid things.
Well, good deal. It's good to have you back.
Just listening to all these high power stations around me.
Yeah, there's some pretty big signals on the band tonight, for sure.
Yeah. They don't call us the 20 over club for nothing.
True that. You know, that's about to change to the 30 over club here soon.
Well, you gotta have a lot of DBs to do that. And good evening, Nick.
Yeah, I just went to 4K. I don't know, everybody's running 4K, but I'll go back to the other one. But, yeah, good evening, Frank. Good to hear you in there. And, yeah, you went to McDonald's tonight, huh?
Sure did, absolutely. Yeah, made Mom and her buddy very happy. They were tickled with hell.
Nice, man, nice. I got a big fat spot of subs sitting here on the kitchen counter I'm about to devour.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, tip of the hat to my buddy Phil.
Yeah, Las Espadas is the way to go down here. If you're going to get a submarine sandwich, you know, Papa John's or whatever they are, whatever all those stupid, the Firehouse subs and Publix, I mean, Las Espadas blows them out of the water.
Kilo November 4, November Bravo, Oscar.
Oscar Station.
Here in Pompano Beach, just listening to you guys.
You're always welcome. Always welcome. Where are you at again?
Pompano Beach, on the beach here.
Yeah, you're sounding good, man. What do you have? What are you running?
7300 with a dipole. I'm about 1,000 yards from the ocean.
Well, you're sounding good. I've got jet 9 over here on the west coast of Florida. Here in Englewood. Go ahead. Yeah, hopefully we're through the worst. I saw the space weather today and looking at solar wind and sunspot numbers and things like that. 20 meters was quite the challenge today.
Yeah, I hear about La Spada and Alexander's. Those are all my spots down here in Broward County.
Yeah, copy that. So, now are you running any power? Because you've got a nice clear signal here.
Yeah, I used to go to La Spada in high school like 45 years ago when it was only one spot in Lauderdale by the Sea.
Yeah, copy that. Well, you're sounding good tonight. Thanks for coming in, and you're welcome anytime.
Okay, guys, we'll be on the side. Kilo November 4, November Bravo Oscar. We'll be standing by on the frequency.
Kilo Sierra 4, Papa Charlie. Good evening, all you fine ham radio friends. You know, that's pretty funny, and again, because 40 years ago, I've got a sister who's an accountant now that was probably making your sandwich over at Las Espadas in Lauderdale by the Sea. She could walk there from the house. Brings back old memories.
Yeah, that was really
Hey, Daryl, I heard you in there.
Yeah, Daryl, not ignoring you, but my favorite, and it's not Lauderdale by the Sea, it's down there on Sunrise and A1A. I love me some, what is that place called? I love me some Permanente Brothers, man. A Permanente Brothers sandwich and a slice of pizza. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that place, I think it's open all night. I got some stories about that place. I know exactly where it is. It's west.
Yeah, that place is fantastic.
fantastic. I bring all family there, everything. Permanente Brothers on the corner of, southwest corner of, no, it's on the south, whatever. It's on the south corner of, Sunrise and A1A. Fantastic.
Well, it's not the southeast corner, Kenny, because that's the ocean.
Yeah, you're right. It is on the southwest corner of Sunrise and A1A. Permanente Brothers. Fantastic. Corned beef, sandwich with the, fried egg. Oh, man.
Kilo Quebec 4, November Foxtrot Tango. Just wanted to jump in here real quick.
Roger. Hey, Daryl.
Go ahead.
What's going on, brother? And then we'll go over to Foxtrot.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to, I'm in this area too. I'm about a quarter of a mile from Lauderdale by the sea over here in Oakland Park. And you guys, I don't know if you
Guess we got two Daryl.
remember Lou's Subs too, man, over on Dixie. I believe it's like Dixie and Copin's area there. They make a fabulous sub also.
Yeah, Lou's a friend of mine. He works out at the same gym. That's the question.
Yeah, yes sir, it is, man. That's a great place too. I consider them up there kind of with that La Spada style,
Yeah, that was a dangerous neighborhood. My office is half a mile from there. Now it's okay, but back in the day, these subs were real sketchy.
That's funny, dangerous neighborhood down there. Yeah, you gotta be careful where you go down there in Fort Lauderdale, man. Oakland Park, Sistrunk, you gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm here right in Oakland Park, kind of by the Funky Buddha area, downtown Oakland area, and it's really nice. It's cool, but it's pockety, man. All of this area is pockety. Pompano too, especially, man. You just got to make sure you carry all the time, and be careful. But Oakland Park's been really ripping it up and coming up here.
Oh, absolutely, and yeah, always carrying. It's nice they got rid of the concealed carry permit, and yeah, I love going down there, but yeah, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be aware of your surroundings, man. It's a big city. It's a city, man. This is where we are.
Yeah, it's super crazy, man. I was born and raised here, all my life. I'm 47 years old, been here all my life, man, and it's just a complete change now. I tell everybody, it's like, I'm a Florida native.
We didn't forget about you, Daryl.
Yeah, Joe. Look, I'm 49. I've been here since 1999, so I've been here 26 years. I'm not a Florida native, but yeah, I've been here a long time, brother. In Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, up and down the whole time, man.
Well, I'm 62 when I graduated from Broward County High School, so I've seen it all.
Oh yeah, you're a local. I'm a 26-year local, man.
Yeah, I'm a local too, man. I've been here all my life, born in Broward General Hospital, and just been a Fort Lauderdale local all my life, man. Oakland Park area,
Yeah, Roger. Sounded good and putting a big signal. There's other guys that want to jump in here, though, but I got a fatty La Spada sub on my counter over here. I am going to devour that here in a minute, but we'll let somebody else pick it up. Appreciate it, Daryl. And I think there was two Daryls in there, but I don't know. But, all right, brother, we'll let somebody else pick it up. There's some other people trying to get in there. N40FX, Boca.
Yeah, there was a Papa Charlie station in there, I think.
How many Daryls are out here? This is Kilo Sierra 4, Papa Charlie Daryl.
And 40 years ago, I was stationed down there at the mouth of the Miami River in the Coast Guard base, and it was a lot different back then. That was back when you could smoke weed in the Coast Guard, and it was okay. How we didn't have no DEI, or we didn't have none of these confused people that were dressing like women. Copy that. You got a big signal. I've got you +20. Go ahead.
Oh, I just got a pathetic, piddly pipsqueak station, 530 Kenwood. It's an old B amplifier, 5,600 watts with a ladder line fed 80-meter dipole. As I've gotten old, I am also 62, and just starting to fall apart slowly. I've gotten really lazy, so I apologize on what I'm doing here.
Well, welcome to the 20 Over Club and Kindred Spirit on the falling apart part.
He's running that pair of 813s.
Oh yeah, boy, that's the first time I've seen a pair of 813s. But at old Elmer's house back in the late 70s, he had a rack mount, and he had pairs of 813s, one power supply, so when he changed bands, he went to a different pair. Little did I know, eventually I would be doing the same thing.
Yeah, old B&W from the 50s. Yeah, great stuff.
All right, thanks for letting me in. I'm going to be spanning around the dial and trying to find out if I can make me a great contact or help change humanity a little bit, or maybe engage in some type of riffraff or some raging, or who knows what I might get into. You've come to the right place for riffraff. I don't know now. I think this is calm compared to 7200 when I go over there and give me a dose of RF therapy time to time. That's probably true. So you're welcome anytime. We're here on 40 meters just about every night. 7205, 20 Over Club, Florida. Yeah, Kristen lets me get in here once in a while with an ID every 10 minutes. That's the guy who's got a big signal.
He's up on 210. He's up 5 kc. He's rag chewing.
It's probably spreading some hate and discontent.
Nah, he's shooting the shit with Jerry.
It's all good. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll let y'all carry on, and I go ahead and look around a bit, see what's up, but I might stop by. I got to go back to work tomorrow. I still work full time. It's like a lot of suffrage to go to bed at night and get up in the morning and go to work, but I'm not a quitter.
Yeah, you're plus 20 in Boca Raton, and I got to do the same thing. I got to be up at 5:30. I got to be to work at 6 to feed breakfast for 100 people.
Man, you work in a jail or something?
Yeah, the prison system.
And you only got 100 inmates?
No, it's party hell, man. I wanted to party when I was a kid, and now all I do is party.
I worked in food service at Florida State Prison 30 years ago, and I had to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning because we had 1,200.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not doing that. But, yeah, I'm going to be to work in the morning to feed 100 people. I'm about to go have my sandwich and get out of here. But, yeah, fantastic signal tonight, man. Absolutely. The band is wide open.
Oh, it's just those superior receivers out.
I mean, it's sounding good and it's working. I just was looking out the window here. It isn't quite dark out yet.
So the 530S followed by the 813s is very clean spectrally. It really looks good. For some reason, this is an SP model, and one day I'm going to look it up and see what SP is supposed to mean. I think the SP model was a digital display. Well, all the 530s was LED red alpha, and the 520